Will 2025's Primate go ape?
Or will it just monkey around? Find out next on the cutting room floor.
Chip is going ape.
He'll tear off their face. What's up, misfits and metalheads, and welcome to another episode of the cutting room floor. We are from the band Cut Like This. I am Thorn Black.
I'm Rose Black.
And today we are talking about Primate, currently streaming on Amazon Prime. It's always scary when there's a bunch of chimpanzees, monkeys, or any of that kind of family
Any
around.
of those large primates.
It's like they're all so quick and agile and strong. It's just like, what are we going to get into here? But first, don't forget we have music all over the place. Check out our music videos here on YouTube and go sign up for our mailing list and get our merch at cutlikethismusic.com. Rose, why don't we dive into this one? Why don't you tell them a little bit about Primate?
All right, diving in. Okay, so let me paint this picture for you. A college student is coming back from her first year of college. She's on vacay with her friends. She's gonna party it up
Welcome home.
Hawaii at her old family home. Her dad is away on business, so of course it's time for a house party. Unfortunately, this party is interrupted in a bloody battle for survival.
And why is that, Rose?
Oh, it's because...
Why is that?
Well, you see, this family has a friend, a special friend.
Oh, what kind of friend?
A special chimpanzee friend.
Chimpanzee.
Yeah. So we should let you know right now that Thorn Black here is not a fan of the large primates. I actually learned a new word just for today. It's pithecophobia. That is the fear of large primates such as chimpanzees, gorillas, things like that.
See, I'm not scared of them.
I know. Well, you have a healthy.
I just don't like them.
You have a healthy respect for the damage that they can do.
Yeah.
And let me tell you guys, you're about to see the damage that they can do.
You know the
in
problem?
This film, all right? This film is freaking bloody and scary. Like it does not take its time.
It doesn't.
To do your first kill.
It
is brutal.
I mean, you gotta love that. You gotta love a close to the opening credits kind of something going on.
I was blown away by how quick they got in it, and I was like, oh no!
I was blown away by how graphic the first kill was. It just happens, really graphic, and it's like so much worse.
It is intense
than you think it's going to be.
It's really bad,
and it just happens, and it's like, what?
It's really bad. It's really, really bad, guys. So, this movie surprised me. I had heard very good things about it, and it took some convincing to get this one to see it.
It did.
Because, again, not a fan of the large primates. However, I did manage to talk him into it because I saw that it was streaming on Prime, and I was like, oh, I've been waiting for this.
Mm-hmm.
I've been waiting for it.
So they have a chimpanzee that lives with them because their mother used to be working with the chimpanzees, and she was also working on breaking the language barrier between our species. And this monkey was learning how to speak to us through an iPad where it has certain sounds and everything that would, say words for us.
And keep in mind, this is a super intelligent chimpanzee. Like, this chimpanzee has been taught language. It understands a lot of human things because it's always been around humans since it was a baby. So this thing has always been around humans and understands the human world, has freely roams around on, it has an enclosure as well, but it also freely it knows the layout of this house.
Yeah, and they let it roam when it's not in its enclosure because again, they grew up with the chimp and they have no reason to fear it. It's the family friend, I guess.
And if you watch stuff like Tiger King, you'll know that, or certain other documentaries, you'll understand that it's not wise to have these wild animals interact too much in an uncontrolled environment around humans. There should, you have to have a healthy, it's important to study them and everything else like that and in a respectful way.
But in your house,
however,
watch out.
Watch out. These people that like to have pet, like there was a craze for a while of people like, people with lots of money that were having like, chimps in their homes. And, you can see that there's a recent documentary all about how that didn't turn out so well.
I don't need to see the documentary. I know what happened.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So the father is a book writer, and he's getting his book turned into a movie, which is what takes him away from the house.
Yeah, he's away on that business
girls.
trip, like I said.
The father is also deaf.
Yes.
And he's actually genuinely, the actor is actually deaf.
He is.
They didn't write the character like that, but once they saw the guy who auditioned for the role, they were like, let's change this character because I love this guy, and let's make this character actually deaf. So him being deaf in the movie is genuine, it's true, and it's really cool because you get to see later on, you get to see a little bit of the world of a deaf person, and if something bad was happening but you're deaf, you wouldn't know what's happening in your vicinity. And man, they really play that up in the movie.
It's a very strong moment in the movie. And I think it was a very good idea. This character, by the way, his name is Adam, the father of Lucy, the daughter that's coming home. And she also has a sister. Her name is Erin, a little sister, she's kind of gotten disconnected from her little sister because, like I said, she just came from her first year of college. So, her sister's resentful of the fact that she went away. She missed her.
Her sister is resentful that she hasn't been back to visit since their mother passed away. She's been gone at college and hasn't come back in so long. So they have to like kind of repair that relationship a little bit. And then this actor, and by the way, the chimpanzee is played by an actor.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
By the way, that's the first thing that you guys should know about this movie. This is a completely practical chimp. This is not an animal that is being abused in this movie. If you're a person who, doesn't want to see something like that happen, don't worry about it, because this is not an animal that is being hurt or is being made to act in an unusual way or anything. This is a person in a suit, and it is amazing.
An amazing
It is amazing.
Suit. Oh my goodness!
Let's give him his proper flowers. All right, Ben, who is the chimpanzee, is played by Miguel Hernandez Torres Umba, and he is a physical theater actor, dancer, and mime, actually. And that, I think, is a really, whatever you might have, you might have in your head an image of a kind of a condescending image towards mimes. Let me tell you, we know some incredibly talented mimes. It is super hard. It is super hard to tell a story using only your body and no words. This is an incredible skill that takes he trained for 4 years at a very prestigious school in Europe in order to actually, develop these physical skills. And that's why he's considered, he considers himself a body movement specialist.
Yeah, his combination of skills brought this character to life like potentially nobody else could have. Like his unique set of skills, the miming, the dancing, the acting. His unique set of skills, even like his
body size, everything about him was meant to be this role. And he does an incredible job. I saw an incredible interview with him for Bloody Disgusting. And I was just really impressed, and it really made me think of like some of the stuff that we've done. We've also been giant primates before. We have been on stilts in giant costumes, so we have an idea of what kind of physical toll that takes. Even though we had very different types of suits, it still was cumbersome. It was painful after a while. It gets real hot, like really, really hot. And the way this man embodies this freaking chimpanzee is incredible.
It's like
he does an incredible job.
It's a master class in character acting, embodying something that can't talk. It's so good, so good.
I was so impressed.
Another cool thing about this movie, there is no green screen or blue screen in this movie. There is
all
none.
Practical, baby.
Everything is on camera, in frame, in real life. And this lended so much to the actors being able to really genuinely imagine terror and fright, especially once he was fully suited up. He looked so realistic, and they would add like drool and blood, and they had all these puppeteers manning his face because there were a lot of animatronics
also in the face, probably around the mouth and stuff like that, sensors and different things like that.
And you mix these puppeteers with Miguel's character acting, and
it was a knocking it out of the park. It was incredible.
I'm like, this isn't a chimp. And the way they film it, they film it so well that there's no time that I really felt like it was just a guy in a suit.
No, not at all. Not at all.
The way
not at all.
The shots they got, I was like, wow.
It's so good. It's seamless. It is seamless. It's incredible. I want to give a shout out to the director. His name is Johannes Roberts. He did the movie 47 Meters Down, which we also really enjoyed. And the sequel, 47 Meters Down Uncaged. He also did Strangers Prey at Night. And he did Welcome to Raccoon City. Which was actually one of the better Resident Evil movies. And VHS 99, he did one of the shorts in that. Joining him was Ernest Riera. He also wrote this, but he wrote it with his writing partner, Ernest Riera, who also worked on 47 Meters Down and the sequel. So they're like a little duo. You know how much I love my little writing duo.
That's why he was so good with the water scenes in this movie, because he had so much experience.
Exactly.
And a cool, just side note, I like a lot of making of and behind the scenes after I've seen a movie that I enjoy. This director, there's a lot of water pool scenes in this movie, and the director's in the pool with these guys. Anytime that it's not a full shot of the pool, the director's in the water next to them with a monitor next to the camera,
suffering
just right there, like,
him.
okay, no, let's try that again, but try it like this. And he's like, it was so personal. Like, this entire cast got along.
100%.
This entire cast became friends. It was fantastic to watch the making of this.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the friends of Lucy that comes with her on this trip is named Hannah. She's played by Jess Alexander, who plays Jordan Bennett post-Beauty in the show The Beauty, which we reviewed on episode 86 of this here show, The Cutting Room Floor.
If you haven't seen our review of The Beauty, you might want to watch it.
Check it out.
Don't sleep on that one.
Don't sleep on it. It's really, really good. So yeah, I was like, wait, she looked really familiar. What do I know her from? And then as I was like doing some research for this episode, I was like, oh snap, she's Bennett from The Beauty, of course. You know, it just took me a second. I knew that I recognized her, but I didn't know where I recognized her from. So that's always one of the fun things about doing my research for these episodes. I've tried to like get even better and better with every episode of, you know, just kind of giving you these little tidbits and stuff, because I find them fascinating. So hopefully you find them fascinating too.
I find them fascinating.
Thank you. All of that being said, we like to rate via chainsaw with 5 chainsaws being a masterpiece of survival horror. 1 chainsaw, well, let's just say you're not cutting any bananas open with that. So, with that being said, Thorn Black, how many chainsaws will you give to Primate?
I am surprisingly going to give this one a 5 out of 5 chainsaws.
What?
I didn't expect to like this.
The chainsaw miser.
I'm totally a chainsaw miser. I'm totally a chainsaw miser.
You gave this 5. Tell us about it.
So I'm gonna give this a 5 because I found the tension in this movie it's so captivating. When this monkey gets rabies and goes off the rails, wow. It's just, what a horror show. It's terrifying to see what a chimp can do to people. Like, we kind of already know, but like seeing it and having it hunting you actively and not being able to escape, man, it's terrifying. This actor, Miguel, plays this character so well. The practical effects team did such a good job.
They went crazy.
The scratches, the bites, the cuts, the blood, the guts, like all of it, it looks amazing. You know, it was just so much better than I thought. It's really well done. I love that it was all practical. It's all right there in camera, in real life, with just like a little bit of cleanup, but not like over the top kind of stuff, you know? It's just a really enjoyable, tense movie, and you're gonna see a bunch of people get owned if that's why you're watching a horror movie, because I'm sure it is, you know, and some really gruesome ways of like, you know it's coming, and it's like, oh no, there's like nothing he can do, is there? You know, like you kind of feel for him. Yeah, this was surprisingly horrific and enjoyable.
Yep. This gave me shades of that scene.
No. First, what are you gonna rate this, Rose?
I'm sorry. Then you're right. You're right. Okay, I am going to give 2025's Primate a whopping 5 bloody running chainsaws. Yes. You know why? I'll tell you why. It's because this is everything that I like to see. Amazing practical effects.
Definitely.
No CGI. Really good acting. Really inclusive acting. I loved, his name is, I think, Troy Katzer, the dad, Adam. I like how they incorporated his being deaf into the story.
Yeah.
In a lot of different ways, you know, and the sign language and everything.
Really well done, right?
So well done, so good. And it was just very like, you feel like you feel the connection that these actors had, because they do feel like they're friends, they do feel like they're family, they do feel, you feel all of that, you know, in their acting and in their performance.
And them getting along so well in real life, sure enough, didn't hurt any of that.
And Ben was freaking terrifying. Ben is terrifying. This is a menace, all right? This is a straight menace. And it gave me, what I was trying to say before, is that it gave me shades of the scene of, from 28 Days Later, when the rage virus, like one of the test, you know, the monkeys that they're testing on goes freaking crazy with the rage virus. That's part of what it made me think of. It brought to mind films like Cujo, classic, you know, survival horror, you know, with an ant versus an animal. I believe that was
one of his inspirations, actually. Yeah,
this had very much like Cujo vibes. You know, the idea of something beloved, something that you care about, especially something like a chimp, where it's you know, it's very human, like, you know what I mean? It's very like, you know, he's very lovable at first, you know what I mean? And it's like this sweet, you know what I mean? But it's great. It is super surprising, and the level of brutality is just incredible.
Oh, it's there.
It's breathtaking.
It's there.
You will scream. You will scream when you watch this thing.
You have your homework for the weekend. You're welcome. Once again, like, subscribe, comment, you know, all the things to do. If you have seen Primate, let us know what you thought in the comments. If you're gonna watch it because of us, also let us know in the comments, and then come back and let us know what you thought of it. Yeah. I'm curious about what you guys think about some of the movies we're recommending. We definitely try to bring more movies that we enjoy rather than just reviewing plain anything, you know, that may be good, may be bad. We try to bring more stuff that is good, because there's so much out there streaming. We're just trying to point you more to things that we enjoy a little bit more so than stuff we don't, you know? So that's all for today. We are from Cut Like This, and we are out.